Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our Plant of the Week podcast, brought to you by Bonide Products, family made in America. Visit Bonide.com to find a retailer near you. Each week, Plant Talk Radio's Fred Hauer focuses on a plant that would be a great addition to your landscape. Now for this week's Bonide Products Plant of the Week. I see that your Plant of the Week is just Plant of the Week, not plants.
Right. Just one. I picked just one this week, but it has many, many cultivars or varieties. It is geranium. Now, in this case, it is the true geranium, geraniums that are perennial, coming back from year to year. The ones we call geraniums, buy in the spring around May 15, plant, get pinks, whites, reds, and all that good stuff from, are wonderful plants, but they are actually and technically a pelargonium. You don't have to write that down, but just know that we're talking now about perennial plants. The whole group of them are rather disorganized growers. Now, that doesn't start off well, but you plant them and they stay in the center crown initially and then spread out in all directions. Then, based on the cultivar, various colors will show up starting, a little while back and on through now. There are some modifications have been made by breeding backwards and et cetera. One in particular called Rozanne. Now, the whole group of them will stand anywhere from, call it, ankle-biting height on up to maybe mid-calf. They are not tall. They are not necessarily short, but they're tough as nails. The ones that I have, the one in particular I know has been stepped on. I even know who did it.
I bet, yeah.
It stepped right back in my path again very shortly thereafter. But in any event, the flowers are a size of a quarter maybe. They'll run in the blue, pink, mauve range, etc. And I've been watching a commercial place where there is a bank of maybe 18 inches in height, sloping toward the blacktop parking lot, which is then east of the blacktop parking lot. It is indeed just a hot, miserable, dry area. And I honestly believe the plants appreciate that, because as summer goes along, they will gain more and more and more flowers, to the point that even though, as I say, they're kind of a disorganized grower, they're tough enough that if you were trying to kick through them without raising your feet, you'd get tripped and knocked down by it. So it's tough physically. It's obviously tough in terms of handling water or lack thereof and so on. So I just wanted to throw them all into one category and say that if you're looking for something tough for a hot, dry place, give the geraniums, the true geraniums, a chance. Check at your garden center. They will probably have, anywhere from 2 to 5 varieties on hand for you. And I happen to have the one called Rozanne, and the one I'm watching in that commercial situation that I know is so tough is indeed by that name. So that is the plant of the week in its many cultivars.
Thanks again for listening to our podcast, brought to you by Bonide Products at Bonide.com. Plant Talk Radio offers other podcasts as well, including our daily Your Gardening Question podcast and our weekly Plant Talk Radio, all available on iTunes or your preferred podcast player. If you have a plant suggestion for Fred, send him an email, fred@planttalkradio.com.